The last time at Cherry House. Hey guys, welcome back. John Megacycle here. Final episode of Feed the Beast. This is season 2 for the Motley Crafters. Yeah, let's see. This would be season 2 of Feed the Beast. I personally have done 2 other seasons of Feed the Beast, and we've all done a season of Vanilla Minecraft together. So, let's just round up for the Motley Crafters in total. This is season 3 of all Minecraft, but season 2 of Feed the Beast. That probably doesn't matter to anybody, but I want to say it out loud. Anyway, the reason for this episode is this is the final episode of this season, season 2. I just purchased new server space, and we're going to be enjoying some new fresh hardware, more RAM, much better capabilities, and hopefully adding a bunch more people to the server. And that's going to be a really nice relief considering we're used to playing with only, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 people. That was a lot of words. So, point of this episode is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that's been built, at least everyone's primary base. I at least want to give a little bit of a touch on everything. This is Cherry Wood House or Cherry House. This was my first creation when I first started on the server, and that doesn't include getting Sanctuary set up. But this was actually one of my designs that's been a little... We good? Yeah, we're good. I'm pretty happy with this one. This is one of my first designs that has been, or actually one of my designs that's been absolutely cosmetic. There's no production facility hiding under this. This isn't my mega secret base. This is it. It was very nice. I took wood from the local surroundings and tried to blend it in as much as possible. So I'm going to fly out a little bit. So aside from the actual planks being very, very red, it matches very nicely, I thought. Very simple storage, bed, bookshelf, some books to teleport around. Real simple. I tried to keep the design as minimalistic as possible, but I wanted to make it look really good. Aside from that, I've been using a lot of these Railcraft lanterns or lamps. Yeah, stone lamps. And I worked the area around, really massaged the surrounding area to make sure that it kind of had a real natural feel to it, but really kind of fell into the kind of way I was thinking, like maybe a meditation area or, a reflection pond or just somewhere to really sit down and think. And then it hit me. I wanted to use these magnum torches, but I really didn't want them just sticking all over the place. So I built these little simple structures called the Shrine of Mob Protection. Very simple, with some logs, some stairs, and that was really it. So ideally, there'd be probably like a chair or a kneel here, and someone would kneel down and pray to the shrine, so that way mobs wouldn't show up. That was the east side of the building. South side was very simple. This was all kind of cut into the mountain, so instead of demolishing the whole mountain, I built a bridge over to it so it would level out. So that way I wasn't just, completely terraforming the whole area. I don't believe I have anything here of interest on the west side. Lamp or two, more trees. Yeah, really wanted to pack in the trees as much as... Hello? I don't know how much of that lag is messing up my recording, but anyway, I really wanted to see how much I could actually just blend this in without it looking like I just, put an industrial complex in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, from the second floor is how you get to this backyard here. So here's our second floor coming through. Hello. Hey. I'm on to you. Really simple with the back. I wanted to make it blend in again as much as possible. So we come down here and I still kind of have this very, I wouldn't say like dojo or something. I don't want to say something that I don't know, but like I kind of made it like meditation area, real nice, bit of a reflection area, and I use these MotleyCraft chairs. So you can actually sit down if you want to chat with someone. Hello, John Megacycle here, cat on my head. Signing off. I didn't really know really at the time, but I thought it'd be a really nice kind of a thing to set up. So then we have another Shrine of Mob Protection back here, and same kind of a deal. I use the exact same design. I think it looks really nice for something simple, keeps it out of the rain so it can burn forever. And back here we have 2 trees. These were gifts from Joshimus Prime. A mining tree, I believe. Is it? Yeah, Minewood Core. What this does is, you can easily see this spawns minerals like a mofo. It's absolutely crazy what you can find. I think you can find every mineral in the game. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not too sure. But this ran rampant, and it was awesome. I mined it a couple of times, but I didn't get too much farther else with it. a timewood tree, which I have no idea what it does except for what it obviously sounds like. What else? Oh yeah, another area that I just wanted to keep it, and I wanted to make it look as natural as possible. So the water's spilling from inside or on top of the hill, and it spills down into this little lake, and that explains why this lake is here. I mean, that kind of a thing. Last for this base was this big mofo. This took a lot of time for me to get going. This was the mana tree. Now, if you've ever played Secret of Mana, um, this was going to be one of the mana trees, and I don't think I got very far with the book. Test book about the mana tree. Yeah, I didn't get far at all. My real idea with it was that it was going to tell you to go to a portal or an area. So you'd walk through here or something, and it'd take you to a portal, which would be in a different plane of existence or whatever. And I would build an adventure map out of it, like quests and all that kind of a thing. Like I'd really have fun trying to build a map. But I never really got very far with it at all, as you can see. It's getting dark, so we're just going to go in. We're going to take a quick snooze. I think with the way this was... Yeah, I'm in creative mode, but I'm not OP, so that's kind of funny. So I can't switch it to day instantly, which I was hoping I could do, but nah, that's alright. This tour is going to be kind of quick. So, aside from my base, we're going to go around and check on everyone else's. Give you, like I said, that bit of a tour. I'm not going to go through everyone's inventory and stuff, but oh my gosh, these leg spikes are killing me. But at least wanted to show you some of the designs that some people have had going on and some of the things they were working on. So this was from Joshua's Prime, and we'll enter it from the other side. Oh, I didn't need to morph, I can fly. Oh, that's a bad habit all the time. Let's try this again. Okay. This is actually... Oh, magic torch. This is all clear glass, and I was working with him to try to get this all so it looks like, exactly like it does. The water running down, all contiguous and everything, real smooth and real nice. Now, where does this actually lead? Nowhere yet. Okay. So this was something that we worked on quite a bit to try to get it look really cool, and it really does with the clear glass. As you can see with the floor. Now, the funny thing about this whole thing is it was really a water tile and what was glass. So, I mean, now you can see it's all glass, but when you really first start putting down the glass and you can't tell the difference, it gets very difficult. Let me just turn this down a little bit. That looks better. Okay, I just wanted to not lag so much. So, this is Josh and Mrs. Base. He was very much into the trees. I think he got a lot of different types of trees. I don't know if he got every single one, like, in his storage or whatever, but he got a lot of them all set up, so it actually looks really, really this nice cover, and all natural as well. So it's more than I want to go in and pick apart. Oh, smokehouse, okay. It took me a while. I'm like, smoke's coming out of that building. Oh yeah, smokehouse. Yeah, so this is all very ornate. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go into other people's stuff, but yeah, works out really nice. And I'm sure this leads to a different base. But I'm not gonna go to everyone's sub bases. I just want to at least get the primaries knocked out. Then with Joshua's, that leads us to the actual heart of Sanctuary. This is a barn, or actually more accurately, this is a stable that was made by, I believe, Furious Feline, and that was a player that was on for a while. And let's just check this out. I'm in creative, so yep, okay, that'll work. Horse. Oh, caramel, and it's all named already. Okay. Snow White, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. I'm starting to see the trend here. Empty, empty. Okay. Storage, that's a weird name for a horse. Then I'm sure this... Yeah, okay, this leads out to a smaller, or actually a larger pen area, so the horses can be groomed or trained or whatever. So very nice. More vacancies. You don't have a name. Your name is Donkey. This is Shrek 2 all over again. A couple of portals. Not gonna venture into that. But this is actually the heart. Yeah, like I said, this is the actual facility known as Sanctuary. Or actually, the town is really Sanctuary, but this is the main part of it. And we'll get to that in a little bit, because there's a lot more in there. This was Spectral's first creation. He wanted to work with MotleyCraft quite a bit, so he wrote up this whole thing. I still don't understand what any of this stuff does, but the essence bottles are the warded jars. And then this is where a lot of the incantations occur to do the fusions, I think. Oh yeah, wand recharge focus to recharge the wand, and of course portal to deep dark. We're not going there. From the way I understand it, the deep dark is a very dangerous, volatile place, but the metal density is much higher than the normal overworld, so it's very lucrative, but it's dangerous as all get out. Another community nether portal. Let's see, Master Rat's first structure. I think it's actually see-through in the top. Yeah, it is. Okay. So he just got some animals and some resources, a couple strong boxes and some books, really figured out to get his base started before he started branching out and doing his own thing. Let's see, right here is all of our spawners and grinders. I might pass that up, I'm not too sure. You can hear the blazes right there. Hockey Girl's Place, really simple, elegant to get started. Again, this is another one of those situations where just get a base fired up, just get something, get something down, and then get your resources, get moving on, that kind of a thing. Let's see, Joshua has added a couple of things here. Mining laser complex, holy crap. Are these all magmatic? Yeah, magmatic dynamos. Wow. Precharger. I'm sure there's a ender tank around here somewhere to pump all that lava. Yep, a couple of them. Very cool. So that's a neat design. And then I'm sure this hopefully pumps somewhere into Sanctuary, considering it's above Sanctuary. But either way, that's a nice addition. Let's see what else. This is Rotorhead's facility. Very cool. He kind of went with the log cabin design. It looks kind of like a Viking town hall kind of a thing to me, anyway. But yeah, that's a lot of good natural resources there, used very effectively. Looks very nice. Oh, solar's in the top. Very nice. That's the neat thing about that, is when you can really blend your high-tech stuff with your low-tech stuff, and then it really doesn't matter. Like, you don't have a huge power base that's like an eyesore, but when you can really fuse this stuff together like that, that's really cool. So little cherry wood covers, yep. A couple solar panels. Hey, whatever it takes to get you started, that's what's important. Very cool. Let's see. Aside from that, I think we have the rest of Furious's Feline's base. Furious's can't talk. This is more of a little bit of a farm structure. So, some wheat or some plots there. Not too sure if animals in here died or were whatever, or they just haven't been added or what, but yeah, it's a very small base. It's nice though. Good compact. A little bit of, oh, I bet you this is for trash. Come right here, throw your items in. Makes sense to me. Let's see. Yep, MotleyCraft Golems doing the harvesting ender pearls dance. Yeah, of course, tons of the stuff. Excellent. And then I don't know who exactly added this, but this is the little nether racks with fire on them. Oh, Steve's Carts. Master Rat was experimenting with this, and I think it was because the black stained leaf, we thought we could turn this into ink sacs or something? I'm not too sure what our logic was behind that. But still, it was a nice design. It worked out real well. And then this is our trading hut. I'll just come in here for a second. Oh, there's so many of them. Golems are spawning. Nice. Yeah, then you got your fine selection of traders here. All you do is you pop them with a golden lasso. I believe you can use a golden lasso. You just chuck them in one of these slots, and then they're perfect for trading. Oh, this guy's perfect. Wheat, wool, and what's the last one? 1 emerald to reset the whole business. That's awesome. And then when you play with these other mod packs, you're just you're a librarian. You are with MotleyCraft, so when you really start working with these other mod packs, it's cool to see all these other types. Another MotleyCraft guy. Oh, holy crap, you could trade Certus quartz? That's nuts! Applied Energistics would be a lot cheaper if I knew that. Okay, so I showed you the outside. That's been the, let's call it, city outlines of Sanctuary. So now let's actually go into the main production facility. Little jagged and legged there, but that's okay. As we really started, we just had one floor to really get the simple machines going on. These pulverizers, the furnaces, trying to get some of these minerals hammered out so we can use them, or use the ingots, and really start working with them. Now that the base has evolved a little bit, a lot of the more exotic mod packs have shown up. This stuff, like with the Carpenter and the Bottler, are both for forestry, a squeezer, and centrifuge. I never use any of that stuff. XP donations, yeah, that's fine. I wonder where that goes. So yeah, this has been really evolving, and then yeah, of course, applied energistics added to the first floor. We had some of these safes, personal safes, as owned by Spectral, owned by Rotorhead, Master Codex. Okay, I moved my safe over to my house. That's what just made that easier. Oh, and then working with enchantments, we had the MotleyCraft Mind Factory Reloaded tools required to do that. This is how you can take a book with enchantment, effectively duplicate the enchantment and stuff at the cost of books and experience. Then auto enchantment table, very cool. So just a quick walk down to the rest of the floors. We have the armory, and this was mostly tailored up by Joshimus Prime. And this was really nice. He had the, is this silver? Yeah, blocks of silver to put the trophies on over here. And I don't think we have a trophy of everything, but he went ahead and got the Hydra, the Naga, and the Urgast. And those were additions from him. And then going on, we've got everything from the Lich. I think that was also him as well. But we have one, I think, of most, if not all of them. Probably not all of them, but we got most. Something. Then we have the complements of armors. I believe he built almost every piece of armor in the game, all the way up to, you guessed it, leather. And I think personally, he didn't do a, what is it, a power suit? I think I have a power suit at my base that I'm not using. Yeah, because I'm in creative mode. But that was a really nice thing to use. And then this is a quick teleporter, and this is that room that I said I might not go into, but I thought I'd go into real quick. This was both Master Rat and Spectral. I believe this was their work to get a big spawner fabrication setup system, and this passes the items and the fluid into Sanctuary so we can keeping these things running. So put a little trophy on the side for what it's producing. Some natural spawners as well. The conveyor belt will bring it up to where the grinder will kill them, just like that. And then their essence and items will be pushed all the way through the system. Oh, yep, and then that represents it. We had elevators that go all the way up. So let me walk back through here. And this was a pathway that led to the other room, but I put this teleporter pad in here because I hate walking. It's very simple. It uses a little crystal and a book from MotleyCraft, I believe, to get that working. Next room was smeltery, mistcraft, other sorts of processing. And this is the smeltery that we had started with. This is very simple, just enough to get us started. Spectral and I said, you know what, we want a ton of clear glass. Like, we want a ton of resources. How can we make that way faster? And what we did is we built this thing. It goes all the way down to 39 and goes all the way up to 59 if that's where my feet are at. So let's say it's a little more than 20 high. And we actually fully automated it. It was very cool. We have our ME interface tied into our applied energistics. And what this pushes is the certain amount that you require to make each of the ingots. Now, the thing is, you got to be very careful, because what can happen is if something pulls out the resources too quickly, like let's say, for example, we wanted to make some aluminum brass, gravel ore, or aluminum gravel ore, which I'm assuming we had a ton of, and pulverized copper. If the copper melts down faster than the aluminum, and the copper gets pulled out, then the actual combination won't work. So what we did for that is we built the back end, so lava going in, so that was taken care of. And then this is for each of these item ducts, or these are fluid ducts, have the item it's only allowed and the whitelist. So this only will push molten glass, no problem there. So that takes care of one of the components, and this does the same for this. So this fluid transposer, that's what it's called, will actually put the item into a bucket for us to actually put them into these other fluid ducts. So here we have maniolan, bronze, and copper, and the other one should be like alumite and gold, aluminum, brass, and alumite. Yep. So as long as they're only checking for those things, no problem. Now you might be thinking, how in the heck do the drains up here pull liquid that's going to be down there? And it doesn't matter. That's not something that's taken into consideration. So Mizcraft and Smeltery, next floor. This is really more the heart of the whole complex. Master Rat took a lot of time and energy building this thing, and I know each of the players have added their own little touches to it, modernizing it a little bit. But we've gone through, and this is where all the fabrication happens. I'm going to start off with these outer rooms first, and then we'll talk about the inners. This was a waterworks to get us started. This was just a bat box, just so we can get some very simple EU energy producing. So it goes all the way down, but I don't really think it helps considering, if I'm sure, the power degrades after so far. Oh, insulated tin cable. That actually might be okay. I know if you just use copper cable or whatever, the problem is the energy degrades after so long. So even if you have generators all the way down there, they won't make it up here. But it looks like someone already thought of that. Very simple aqueous accumulator with blue, 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 blue. Yeah, 3 blues. 3 blues, very simple, just so we could have water anywhere. Then this is a room that I worked on, UU matter fabrication. I actually tore this out of our system because if people were overusing UU matter fabrication, it was actually draining out our system. So these igneous extruders produce gravel, or cobblestone I mean. These recyclers actually turn that cobblestone into scrap, and then that scrap is used with these mass fabricators to make the UU matter. Now, the UU matter itself is a liquid that can be converted into most other resources. So if you ever wanted to mass produce almost everything from like sand to endstone, I think you can actually do it with. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. The storage hall. This is where I actually started to take out a lot of the very heavy utilized resources out of the ME system, and so they weren't taking up space in drives, and we just put them in these deep storage units which can hold 1 billion, like 100 billion. I have no idea how much these things can hold. I've never maxed one out. But even simple stuff like dirt or sand or endstone or whatever is all in here. So that makes it very compact. It was very easy to do. It really freed up a lot of space in the hard drives. This room has all of the most common things, I thought: gravel, endstone, end blocks, quartz. And what this did is this force pumped it into ender chests. Now, the cool thing about that is if ever you wanted to work on a project, like let's say you want to work on, I don't know, how about a coliseum? You can throw this down, chuck in these coordinates, so orange, yellow, orange, or these colors, and you'll have this stuff all the time. As you pull stuff out to work on it, it'll just keep refilling. So the nice thing about that is it gives you quote-unquote limitless supply, even though it's not really limitless, but it would be for the average player. Last room here is just some auto build workbenches. Very simple. We're automatically harvesting these ore berries. Wanted them put into an actual ingot so they were usable. That's all that is. Very simple stuff. Then with the mining laser, I believe Joshua has actually added all of these pulverizers to attempt to process all the ores. Because we've been keeping absolutely everything in dust form and then turning it into ingots whenever we need it, which has worked out real nice. So let's get that back in there. Okay. The rest of the system is very complex. I'm just going to touch on it very briefly. I don't want to bore you too much with details and such. But we've got power generation with these magmatic pumps, lava piped in from somewhere, a tesseract at the far end so that way we could distribute the power easily. These are all the processes to automate a lot of the common products that were used in Sanctuary. Everything from tesseracts to rails to heck, everything. Master Rat did an excellent job getting all this taken care of, so that's pretty much that. Back here is where the UU matter fabrication was being done, and actually this is where the replicator is. Yeah, we actually found we were critically short on iron, so we actually had this thing pumping 24/7 for a few days to get enough iron back. But this is where it'll actually take, and we actually have the ender tanks with purple, 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 I think. Yeah, oh, it says up at the top, duh. Yep, so that's where that's going to bring those resources in, create the actual thing, and pump it into the system. Oh yeah, more EU energy generation, more geothermals, ender tank, of course, with lava. Pumps it right in, very simple, just gets that streamlined. High voltage solar arrays, very good power generation, and then more, gosh, so many more machines. Yeah, absolutely critical to get us going, and it's been excellent teamwork from everybody to really keep this thing going. Bottom floor, some of the, what are these farms called? I keep forgetting what these things are actually called. Forestry blocks, forestry farms. They're very nice and customizable. You can set them up to do almost anything, I think. This one I actually reconstituted for sugar because we were actually out of sugar. But it's very nice. It's versatile. You can break it up into sections. It works out really nice. Then yeah, our Railcraft storage facilities. So we've got UU matter, mob essence, experience, and I think this is liquid essence. Yeah. And then biomass for reactors and such. So aside from that, oh, and then the nuclear generator back there. If you saw last episode, I'm not going to go check that out. That was a mess last time. And then yeah, this is where we have, I believe, mostly XP. Nope, those are XP over here. Yep, the XP one's over here. And then this is where we're harvesting all the metals. So quite a bit resource intensive to get started, but it's 100% free at this point. We're not running any big mining lasers or anything to get those resources in the base. Okay, aside from that, it's nighttime. We're going to fly over back to Cherry House, and then I'm going to show you my sub base. And then I think that's actually going to call it an episode. The plan is I'm going to get everyone on board, and we're going to actually demolish the server. I don't think we've ever done it before, but we're all going to get TNT, maybe some nukes, some bottle rockets, maybe a pinata or 5, and we're going to have some fun with it. We're just going to actually nuke the place. Last time to sleep. Okay, this one goes to Sanctuary. I think this one goes to Spectral's base, and I have a book in my hand. Okay, that was a weird glitch. This was a sub base that Hockey Girl and I built together. This one's called A New Land. It's a very simply book teleport pad. I think this goes back to Sanctuary then. Yep. A very simple little summoning gazebo, and we really wanted a minimalistic kind of a look and feel to it. I don't believe there's any chunk loaders here at all, but just some... There we go. Just some simple stuff. The chickens that keep getting stuck in the corner. Crap ton of cows and sheeps. Sheep that looks like Bane. Or whatever that is, that's terrifying. But from the looks of it, I just really wanted a restart at this point. So this was actually just a lot of fun to really just get at it again. So cotton, wheat, potatoes, sugar, real simple stuff. And then I've got a little bit of a rubber farm plantation. I don't know if you can call 7 trees a plantation, but it worked out. Let's see, what else did I have here? Pumpkin and melon. This was a very just get something started harvester planter setup. It was just, I just needed lumber, I needed wheat, obviously. I think this is being converted to one or the other, but that's okay. Then a fishery, which is out of juice. I think it just plugged a battery next to it and just ran it, which is a little lazy, but oh god. But it worked out nice just to get something going. And yep, this was a very simple setup. Again, harvester planter. This, I don't know why it's green like it's experience, but actually this is taking the sludge from the harvester and turning it into the product. Now, what can you do with that, you might ask? If you're not familiar with a sludge boiler, it'll actually turn sludge and turn it into dirt and stuff. So you can actually get a couple of things out of it, even though it'll produce the sludge and you don't ever have to mess with it. But still, you can turn those resources into something. So very simple stuff here. This was pulverizer, turns it into the ingots, turns it into, stuff I can grab. And this was very simple, especially considering Hockey Girl did a lot of the mining and I did a lot of the processing. So this worked out nice. She would bring back a bunch of stuff. I actually have a bin upstairs that just filters an item duct into here. So she just dumps all the materials and then never has to worry about it, while this actually processes and gets it ready for use. I actually finally got to ME. I don't know how far I even got. Okay, a couple of resources, not too far, not too wealthy, but I mean this is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to restart a bit. Bit of a berry plantation there. I keep saying plantation. There's like 7 things. It's not even close. Lava assembler containment. I don't know why I really wanted my own assembler, but I built it. Smeltery, which just has to happen. I think every advanced base, heck, almost every base should just have a smeltery. Even if it's not necessary, it's just such a nice thing for me. Like, even if the whole AE system goes to heck, I know I can make fresh tools, better tools, whatever, just as long as I have that thing. Enchanting table. Barrel storage, and this is well before I even had the ME system up. This was just a couple of nights just to get this all hollowed out, get some barrel storage going on, get something we can hold the resources in. And I don't even remember. Bric-a-brac, 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 food, and then tools and such. And then I was working with these turtles and it hit me, so I put it in the corner. I think Master Rat was mucking with it and had it follow me or hit me or something. I don't really know, but that's okay. And then of course down there is a mining complex. So aside from that, oh, we have to go up a floor. That's right. I don't know why I designed this house this way. Upstairs, very simple. It was going to be dining and sleeping accommodations. I was really trying to work on a different look and feel, but it kind of started to remind me of Cherry House. Then what I did is I knocked out these 2 sections, and then I put this clear glass, and it kind of looks more like it's a resort-ish kind of a feel to it. And that was pretty nice. I was pretty happy with how this turned out. Aside from that, this is as far as we had gotten on this server. Oh, I tried to build another structure that was going to turn into a guard tower that didn't really turn out as aesthetic as I would have liked, but I can show you this as well. So I think for our vanilla Minecraft server, I had built a guard tower, and it started to look and feel like this, multiple layers, and then in these layers would be little portholes you could shoot out with arrows, and it turned into a really nice looking structure. I tried to replicate it, but I don't think it really cut the mustard. Kind of reminds me of a structure from like Civilization 2 or something. Last but not least, this is something that Hockey was working on for a little bit, and I think it turned out awesome. Hang on. Let me back up a bit and go like this. This is a redwood tree that was a perfect redwood tree as is, but she started cutting into it because I needed resources, and what she did is she made it cut like a corkscrew. So let's just get a bit of a better look over here. So what she did is she just started weeding it out more and more. She went up and up and up and up, and it looks like it's actively burrowing into the earth, and it looks really cool. I want one more far away shot to give you guys a really good idea of how it looks. Let's just get this a little cloudy. There, give you an idea of the immensity of it. And it really turned out awesome. And actually you can see it very well from the base. So if we actually head back home, it actually looks very cool even from inside of the house. But let's see. You can just about see it. I turned down my visuals, but if you have the far set on, absolutely cool. Whew, that was a lot of talking. It's not that I'm not used to talking, I'm just, whatever. Leg? Okay. Very good. So aside from that, that actually wraps up this whole season. I wanted to thank everyone for joining me, those who played and those who watched. Hang on. Oh. Okay. I had no idea what that was, so I wanted to figure it out. What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to thank everyone, those who played with me and those who have just been watching, and those who have given advice and helped me out with the things I've wanted to work on with Minecraft and with any other game, really. This is the advice I gave when the last server shut down, when we finished our last season, and this is the same advice I'm going to give you now. Um, get started. If you want to start doing YouTube videos, get going with it. Don't worry that it's not the very best and it's not the most popular. If it's something that you're going to enjoy, absolutely do it. Absolutely. I would never have wanted to not have done what I'm doing. I have a lot of fun with it. I do it for me. I have a good time. Even if I get no views, I'm still happy with how it turned out, how every single one of these videos turned out. And then my second point of advice while I'm checking my own save is, of course, start setting up a time with your friends and start doing this sort of a thing. Start to have fun. Start to really get some of your old friends together and be like, hey, you want to meet like every Saturday? I'll rent a Minecraft server, or we can play on my own server or my own computer, whatever. Let's just play. Yeah, get a couple of friends together, have some fun with it. You'll never know what happens until you get started, and it could be an awesome experience for you and everyone, you include. Huge leg spike later. There we go. Aside from that, I want to say thank you again very much for joining me, watching, playing, and that sort of a thing. And this is it. I'm going to see you guys next season. Talk to you later.